Good morning, students. Today, as you can see it on the screen, there is no video on a chapter as such. Actually, I wanted to clarify certain doubts. Some of you had asked me about the question that was given to you, and the answers were not clear, the questions were also not clear. So, I thought that in this particular video, I'd rather explain, the question, and I'll explain the answer as well. Now, the assignment on revision assignment that was given on the English literature chapter, what was that? How the cat became and the plaint of the camel. So there were few questions. I'll just explain what the question was, students, and I'll explain the answer as well. Let's take the first question. How is the animal society similar like the human society? This is from the chapter How Cat Became. Okay. How is the animal society similar like the human society? See, over here in this story, you can say, students, you can remember, if you remember, during explanation I said that in this story there is kind of a comparison made between the animals and the humans. And the author has tried to bring about a similarity. And what is the similarity? We humans are worried about our children. All of us. You must be realizing that at home, parents are worried about you, about your studies, about your health, about your well-being, about your future, everything. And they are forever, in fact, inquiring about it, and they are forever concerned about it, right? But since we speak, so it is very clear. But the animals can't speak, so we don't really know. But actually, the fact is that the animals are equally concerned about their children. If you have watched Discovery Channel, students, or if you have been fortunate enough to have pets, then you would realize that even though the animals don't speak, they are highly concerned about their young ones. So in this story, if you remember, in the how the cat became, there is a part where the animals are actually worried that the cat is going to have a bad influence on their children, right? Beaver says he's a bad example. He never does a stroke of work. What if our children think they can live as idly as he does? And then a weasel also agrees to it. Jay Magpie Parrot becomes their spokesperson. So through this story, the author has tried to tell us that the animal society and the human society are very similar, because we are also worried about our children. We are also worried about our friends. So is the case with animals. They are equally worried about their friends. They are equally worried about their children. So this is what the question was all about. Then we move on to the next one. I hope it is clear. Yeah. The next question. The title of the story is How Cat Became, isn't it? Which can perhaps be expanded as How Cat Become in the course of story. How cat became, if you remember, during explanation again, I am reminding you, we said that how cat became to be known as how the cat is perceived these days. How cat became over the time. And we said that cats are actually a very mysterious kind of an animal. We don't really understand the cat. We can understand dogs, we can understand the other animals, but the cat is a very mysterious animal, and we really don't know. It is actually very difficult to understand the cats. So, how the cat became, how we understood kind of period of time, and how this title can be expanded as How Cat Become in the course of story. So, in this particular story, the journey of the cat is shown, how the cat was in the beginning, and finally how it became, how it changed with the course of the story. Is that similar to what cats do today? In what way? Do you really find any similarity with the cats today? If yes, then in what way? Where was the cat before in the story? Where was the cat before? Where was it staying? What was he doing? And is that generally true of the cats of today? So this is very simple. This is what the question asks. So let's answer the first part. In the story, cat was a real oddity, of course, because it is very difficult to understand. Oddity means a very strange or unusual animal. So in this story, cat was a real oddity, a very unusual animal, and he used to do all sorts of strange stuff. What is the oddity? Because it is described in the story as doing sort of strange stuffs. He lived in the hollow tree in the wood and loved to tune his violin. Right? This is what the cat used to do. This is what the story tells us about the cat. How the cat become in the course of the story. At the end of the story, the cat becomes a rat catcher. If you have read the story carefully, then you would know that initially the cat was a lazy one. The cat was very fond of playing his violin and all. But at the end of the story, his work changed from, you can say, an artist to a rat catcher. So this is how the cat become means in the course of the story, this is what the change takes place. Is that similar to what cats do today? In what way? Nowadays, all cats are kind of same, and they don't do the strange things, isn't it? We don't really find. Well, this is of course an imaginative story, but as far as the story goes, we don't really find. Is that similar to what cats do today? We don't find similar thing. All the cats are similar. We don't find the cat as an oddity, and we don't find any cat doing something unusual. The cats all do the same stuff. They don't do strange thing like the cat in the given plot, like tuning his violin. Right? In the story, the cat is explained as playing his violin, tuning his violin, but in you can say in today's, we don't find the cat doing those stuff. Where was cat before in the story? Of course, the cat was used to play his violin and all. And that generally true of the cats of today? It is not. They don't do strange things like the cat in the given plot. So this is how you can explain it. This is what the question means. Okay. Then the next one. What were the characteristics of the cat? What could be the characteristic? Now, if you go point-wise, student, then we can simply say the cat was a lazy one, though the cat was very clever. It loved to play its violin. It was actually a bad example for the little ones. Or else you can simply speak the way it has been written over here. That cat was a real oddity and he lived in the hollow of a tree. And every night he would be playing his violin, tuning his violin. And it lounged all day, composed his tunes and loved sleeping in the sun. So this was all the characteristics of the cat defined, right? So then we move on to the next one. What is the camel complaining about? Now this is from the poem The Plaint of the Camel. What is the camel complaining about? This is actually very simple. It is straightforward. The camel is complaining about the way human being treated and the inability of people to recognize the camel's discomfort. The camel is actually very unhappy because he feels that all the other animals are benefited in every sense of the word, but this poor camel, nobody takes care of him. So he is complaining throughout the poem, right? The next question number 5 and question number 6, some students had asked me. Life is not always comfortable. Do you think that complaining about our discomfort or weakness is the right thing to do? And what would you advise the camel to make him feel better? Students, if you see in reality also, we find life is certainly not comfortable. If you talk about yourself as a student, it is not comfortable, it is not very easy. You have to do so many things. You have to learn so many subjects. You also have to do some extracurricular activities. Maybe you are learning something other than the extracurricular activities and other than your studies, you are doing something else also, right? Maybe you are helping out at home also. Maybe you are doing some charity work. Maybe you are doing some, related to some NGO or something. So there are so many things that you as a student are doing. So life is not very easy and you have to cope up with so much of stress. But complaining about the discomfort is certainly not right. Because if we simply complain, if we simply whine about our discomfort, it is not going to solve the problem. If there is a problem, it needs to be solved. Everybody has problems and everybody faces problem in their life, but speaking about it only, complaining about it is not going to solve it. We need to see if there is any problem, it can be solved. So this is what the poet also means, that life is certainly not comfortable for everyone, and complaining about the discomfort will not solve the problem. So the advice that we can give to the camel to make him feel better would be that it is certainly not an unlucky one. It is a very beloved animal of the people who live in the deserts, and it has so many wonderful abilities. Nobody takes him nobody takes advantage of him. So this is how we can. This is how the answer should be. That life is not always comfortable. Complaining about the discomfort is not the right thing to do, and the advice would be to not think that the camel is unlucky. It's a beloved animal. It's a loved one, and it has so many wonderful abilities that nobody can avoid him, right? So this is how the answer should be. Then the last one, students, satire. The sixth question. Satire is a way of criticizing people or ideas with the help of humor or irony. This is what satire is, to show their faults and weaknesses. See, students, in poem, this is a way a poem could be written in a satirical form. In the play also, satire is being used. In stories also, satire is being used. This is actually a way of making yourself clear about something. This is a way of writing. So the meaning of satire is actually about criticizing people or ideas, but in a humorous way, with the help of humor or irony. In this particular poem, satire is used with humor. There is no irony over here. There is humor, because every time we hear the camel complain about so many things, not getting the right place to sleep, not getting the right food to eat, so it is humorous. So satire over here is used with the help of humor, right? Criticizing people. The camel is criticizing the people that you are not giving me the right kind of place to sleep. You are not giving me the right food to eat. You are not taking care of me as you take care of the other animals. So this is criticism, but it is with the help of humor, and to show their faults and weaknesses. Because over here in this poem, the camel says that he is actually being disregarded in comparison to the other animals. So in the poem, camel uses satire many times. For example, the words "any load is okay for me" humorously points out the inability of people to recognize the camel's discomfort. Right? So if you go through the poem a number of times, the satire is used, and the question itself says, find other lines in the poem that show the satirical mood of the camel. Now the camel is of course complaining. He's complaining about all the people who are disregarding him, not giving him due importance as the other animals. Anything does for me. Anything does for me means anything, like all the poodles and parrots and canary birds, all of them are getting good food. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody is bothered about my digestion. Anything does for me. And you give me anything and I will have it. So he is comparing, but you can say in a humorous manner, because of course it's the camel, so it has to be humorous. Camels don't speak. So it is as though the poet is speaking on his behalf. Any place does for me. That means all those cats, chickens, and puppies and oysters, everybody has a place to sleep. But any place does for me. No? Sometimes when we complain in a humorous manner, we criticize the people, we try to show them their fault, but we don't try to hurt them at such. So this is what satire is. And the poet has used satire to send across the message, you can say. So it is but through a humorous manner. So you only have to consider that the part of the question says, find other lines in the poem that show the satirical mood of the camel. So you only have to point out the lines. And therefore these lines, anything does for me, any place does for me, these are the, you can see the satirical, these sentences show the satirical mood of the camel. I hope it's clear. Okay. Well, in the next class, then we are going to start something fresh. And students, I have given you your homework. There is a picture composition, a comprehension, and a letter which you have to do. Please do that in your weekend. Okay. Happy weekend then. Thank you.